Yes, people. What's going on? It's Egal Talks Football, and I'm still not feeling any better. But Arsenal just made me feel a little bit better because you know something? I've been having this cold, but David Raya was the hero today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get straight into the Arsenal game. Forget about me. How are you guys doing? We just beat Porto. And you know why I'm gassed? I have not seen Arsenal win a Champions League quarterfinal game. Get into a Champions League quarterfinal game since the 2010s. I don't remember when that last happened. When did it happen? Was it 2010, 2012? When was it? When was the last time Arsenal were through to the Champions League quarterfinals?
We've not done it well. We've not been in any European quarterfinals for about the last 6 tournaments. So if we're going after the Champions League, yeah, it's been a while. It's been a very long time.
And you know what? The penalty shootout also. There wasn't a penalty shootout in a game. There hasn't been a penalty shootout in a Champions League tie since 2016. So Arsenal love breaking records, right? We love breaking records. So we had to make it difficult. We had to go all the way to play the 120 minutes and then get penalties. The only positive is that we don't have a game this weekend. Imagine if you had to play Man City off the back of this. That would have been hectic. Luckily, we have at least 19 days off? 19 days off. Yeah, we got a nice little break of football. But there's so much to discuss. Where do I begin? Do I begin with the fact that they started Trossard in the first place, and I thought it was a bad idea, and quickly he proved me wrong by scoring a goal? Do we talk about the fact that Saka had a stinker? Do we talk about the fact that Martin Odegaard absolutely played out of his skin and was robbed of a goal, in my opinion? Actually, you know what? You can't complain too much, but some people would say he got robbed of a goal. Kai Havertz, once again, big game player. Martin Odegaard, big game player. Declan Rice, big game player. Gabriel Magalhaes, big game player. Kivior stepped up massively today. I didn't expect that from him. He played great. And then I look at the two guys who I expect to have big games on a regular basis that didn't really have the best of games today. Bukayo Saka, extremely quiet, and some people are going to go in on him today. But you know what? We got through. Who cares at the end, right? On the other hand, you also have William Saliba, who had a shaky game. I can't lie to you guys. William Saliba did not have his best game today. But you know what? Sometimes you don't have your best game. Sometimes you need other players to step up. And today, Martin Odegaard, Leandro Trossard, David Raya. When was the last time we seen an Arsenal goalkeeper save 2 penalties? Man saved 2 penalties. You got to give him credit.
We've never had that.
And I'm just going to end it off by saying that game was not a joy to watch. That game was painful to watch in the sense that it wasn't football. I don't know what Porto were trying to do, but God Souls, you weren't there for the majority of the game, but they did not want to play. They came to be physical and to just kick the ball long and to try to get us off our game. And you know what? Credit to them. They did that. They really got us off our game. They came and they did not respect us. We had to punch them back in the face. And we got the 1 goal, but we couldn't get the second. We tried and tried and tried. We couldn't get the second. It looked like to me they were playing for penalties. It looked like for me they were playing for extra time. It looked like for me they were not trying to play football at all. And luckily we got through at the end. And damn, doesn't it feel nice to be in the quarterfinals of the Champions League for the first time since 2010? I was right. Since 2010. Wow. What a night for Arsenal, man. And you know what Martin Odegaard said when he had his interview, that we're trying to create our own Champions League history. We're trying to create our own history in the competition. We're not looking at the past teams and their failures. There you go. Now let's see who we draw. I think the draw is this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Friday.
Yeah. So now we're gonna see who we draw. Bring me anybody except for Real Madrid, of course. But yeah, Sulz, talk to me. How you feeling? We got 200 people in the chat. We got 270 people in the chat. We got 75 of you guys on YouTube. Do me a favor, hit that like button right now. As you speak, Sulz, I'm gonna bring up some of these comments. But yeah, talk to me, bro. Yeah, we're gonna keep it short. I know you gotta go in like 20
I didn't watch most of it, I'll be honest. I watched parts of it. So I watched about 20-30 minutes of the first half. I saw the Trossard goal live, and I watched parts of the second half, but then I kind of watched the last 15 minutes of the second half as well. But overall, when I saw it, do you know what? It kind of was to, so yeah, Ramadan Mubarak to everyone who's celebrating, who's fasting. Hope everything's going well. Hope all our like sort of prayers and stuff do get accepted. But yeah, on the Champions League, I mean, what a night, man! What a night! Like I know a lot of people are gonna say like, you guys, yeah, you're overreacting. It's only this round of 16, whatever. But for us, it's a big thing, man. For us, like we have not seen a good run in Europe, even in the Europa League. Like the last time we actually did well in any of this was when we got knocked out by Villarreal. That's the furthest we've been, and then obviously Unai Emery's final, and then what happened there. But for me, like, don't doubt my players, man. I'm telling people, Odegaard, I told you, man, this guy steps up when it matters. Did you see that assist by Silky? Absolutely silky, bro.
The technique, bro. He took 3 touches, but just with the body feints, he faked the players out. Amazing for Martin Odegaard. Continue.
I've been telling people this is like an evolution of this player. This is just the beginning of what we're going to see. This is just going to get better and better the more he gets experience. Now, when it came to penalties, I'll be honest, my heart was, I hate penalties, especially Arsenal, because we've never really, I think anyone who I support, right, like England, for example, when it comes to Arsenal, you know, we don't have success with penalties. Like, it's never a good feeling to watch. And we did it. But you know what it was? Every time those players stepped up, I was like, yeah, they've got ice in their veins today. The crowd, fantastic today. Just trying to put them off their game, you know, with the boos, the jeering, the absolute like noise that they were making, that you could feel it. You could feel the atmosphere even through the TV. Like you felt like you were there.
I don't want to sing, but yeah,
but
I get it.
I tell you something, man. This game just goes to show how far we've come and why context. You know, when people say, yeah, should Arteta be sacked if we don't win anything this season? And it's like we keep saying the fact that context does matter. Like we need to see at the end of the season what actually folds before we can say. And this is why, because think about it. This is our first time back into the Champions League. Everyone after that first leg wrote us off. Everyone was like, nah, Porto are going to come. They're going to defend. They're going to play their dark. You guys can't do anything. Obviously, we as fans, like as Arsenal fans, we were gassing the team. We're like, nah, they're going to come to the carpet. We'll smack them up. And that's why we didn't smack them up, but that's what we did. We beat them. At the end of the day, that's all we can do. Now, yeah, book our flights to Dubai. We've got 19 days. Let's just go back to Dubai, refresh, and come back and start pumping teams again. Man City, if we go to Dubai, Man City better be watching themselves, yeah, because Arsenal after Dubai is different.
Listen. Look, pick up K Coke, original bad man right there. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Let's not get over carried away. We're happy. We're excited. What a win! But really and truly, we made it difficult for ourselves. We really made it difficult for ourselves, souls. Why do we always have to do things the hard way? Why do we always have to do things the hard way when it comes to the Champions League, bro? Why? Like we couldn't have won it in regular time. We couldn't have just scored a goal. We're on a good record of form. Why is it that the Arsenal team that we see in the Premier League can't be the same team that we've seen in the group stage in the Champions League knockout rounds? Why is it that there's such a big difference in our performances? Bukayo Saka is on the craziest form we have seen him be on for the last couple weeks, and no show today. William Saliba, one of our best players, consistently gives us a 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, lowest 7 out of 10. Today, he was poor. I don't know if you've seen it, but continuously being clumsy at times. And I'm so happy that the team performed and got through at the end in penalties. And great penalty from Declan Rice. Great penalty from Bukayo Saka. Martin Odegaard putting it away. Kai Havertz wasn't as confident, but still making the keeper go the wrong way. Beautiful penalties. But the overall performance, why is there such a disparity? Why do we make it so difficult? What's your reasoning behind this? What do you think causes these kind of performances?
The reality is the performances are expected because, like for myself, for example, when we come across a Spanish team, I can tell you why it's going to be difficult. Now, I don't really watch Portuguese football, but I do watch enough European football to understand that the Premier League and Europe are completely different things. And when I'm talking Europe, I'm talking like the Spains, the Portugals. I'm not talking like, I know technically we kind of fall into the European bracket in footballing terms. Politically, obviously, we're out of EU and all of that, but won't get into it. But when it comes to like these European teams, they're very much more methodically set up. There are a lot more sort of to the game plan. Whereas the Premier League, sometimes, right, Premier League becomes rock and roll football, like just go for it, just two teams just clashing in. There's no tactics, there's no chess games. Whereas with European football, especially in Spain and especially in sort of Italy, for example, they're very sort of set out with a game plan. And that's the problem that we have in Europe, is that we're not used to so many teams having a game plan and a way to play against us that, and they're smart. And by the way, when we talk about these teams, they've got European heritage. That's something we can, at the moment, don't have. This team, even if, let's say, we did win a Champions League, let's just hypothetically say we have one under our belt. The problem is these set of players have never experienced this sort of pressure before. Like Saka, for example, he's an up-and-comer. Odegaard's an up-and-comer. Marte didn't play today, but, he's an up-and-comer. Declan Rice, yes, he's got the Conference League under him, but he's also kind of an up-and-coming player. The only players that we can sit there and go, they should have stepped up is Jesus and Zinchenko, because they've been there, and Jorginho, sorry. So they're the three players that we're going to look at and go, you've been here, you've done it, so you better be the leaders in this. And then the rest of the team can transpire from that. Now, where it comes to Saka and his sort of poor performance, let's say, you can actually manipulate that in Europe as well, because when you look at sort of the good, I'll talk about Barcelona just because they're another team I watch consistently. Now, what happens with Barcelona is when they see that a player or an outlet is being marked, like let's say, for example, a Messi. Now, Messi obviously is one of the best players of all time. Like, he can get out those situations. But there are times where, for example, Neymar was getting marked out of a game. Sanchez was getting marked out of a game. Iniesta would be marked out of a game. What would happen is another player steps up, because what they find is if they're going to double team, triple team them, that means there's space for someone else. That means either Trossard, the Martinellis, the ESRs, the Jesus, whoever's on the left-hand side clearly has space, because you can't mark a player out of a game and not leave space somewhere else, whether that's for Havertz, whether that's for Odegaard, whether that's for Rice. And that's what we need to do. We need to start getting smarter and actually adapting our gameplay inside the game. If Saka's out, you go to the left. If Saka's in, you go to the right. And that's how we play it. We need to be switched on in Europe. You can't go in and go, this is plan A, we're sticking to plan A regardless of what happens. If it's go through the right, no, we need to then go through the left straight away. Arteta needs to adapt that straight away and go, look at what's happening and adapt. And that's what we need to do in Europe. I think you might be on mute.
Okay, we're going to keep it quick today. Big up everyone in the comment section. Do me a favor. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We got over 400 people watching across all platforms, 140 of you guys on YouTube. One person here said we have to give credit to Porto, our good, well-drilled team. I don't want to give too much credit to them because I felt like they were not playing football. They came.
They did. It's just not football you like.
Yeah, they did not play football. They similar to, you know what? You know who I'm going to give credit to? I'm going to give credit to Brentford, because Brentford got us prepared for this game. Big thanks to Brentford for preparing us well for this game. Very, very well drilled side. I'll give.
This is what we're gonna get though. Like, this is Europe. Like there's not gonna. I'd say the only team that probably play football against us are one of two teams, in my opinion, which is going to be Real Madrid and Man City, just because on paper they are way better than us.
Yeah, you want to know something? This is hilarious. This is hilarious. This is why you don't watch the game with stats. Statman Dave tweeted this out. Bukayo Saka's numbers from the Porto game: 100% tackle, 8 out of 17 duels, 4 shots, 4 times he was fouled, created 2 chances, 1 big chance, 1 penalty scored. He was not that good. This is making it seem like he was a wonderful player on the day. Bukayo Saka had a terrible game. Mikel Arteta had him playing as the right midfielder instead of a right winger. He had him more deeper, and he had Odegaard and Kai Havertz most of the game. It was like we were playing a 4-4-2 at times. So how deep him and Trossard were for majority of the game when we're out of possession. When we're in possession, he had the ball a lot, but he didn't really do too much, in my opinion. Created some chances, but didn't really get anything off. Didn't really have a good game. He was very quiet. Poor game from Bukayo Saka, but I'm not going to write too much on it. But yeah, let other people get onto him too more.
It's fine. Yeah. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think it's a big deal because, like I said, in Europe, this is going to happen. Your star players are going to be marked out of the game. They're going to be targeted and severely targeted as well. Like, for example, what you'll see is if Man City come up against a better side, you'll see the likes of De Bruyne, for example, Foden or a Haaland be completely marked out the game. But what it is, it's about the other players stepping up and actually utilizing that. As soon as Trossard scored, guess what? Saka started having a bit more success. He started taking on a few more players. Yes, they locked that down again. But that's what you need to do is you've got to utilize that your players being marked, use the other areas of the pitch.
Man of the match, Martin Odegaard. I don't know if you've seen enough of the game, but Martin Odegaard was something else today. The pass, the assist, scored his penalty, created 2 chances, 2 tackles, 2 out of 3 dribbles, 28 completed passes, and 85% pass accuracy. But that doesn't even prove half of the stuff that he did. He could have had a goal that was disallowed. He also had numerous situations where he was threatening the other team to the point where they almost gave us a penalty with Pepe tripping him over late in the game. Martin Odegaard today, big game player. You guys talk about Martin Odegaard saying he disappears in big games. Well, you could fully see him today. No ghost of guard bullshit that people are going to come out with.
You know, from what I saw, like, it wasn't a case of like, you know, when people say like, oh, ghost of guard comes because the team doesn't perform, or when the team doesn't perform, Odegaard doesn't perform. Today, the team didn't perform, but he did. That's another point I want to make.
Big point right there. The team didn't show up as much as like individuals didn't show up. I would say Saliba, Saka, but Odegaard showed up, and Odegaard pushed on, and he led by example. So as much as you guys want to have smoke for Saka, show some love for Odegaard. And you know what? The next person we got to talk about is, of course, the goalkeeper. We cannot go and do a match reaction and not speak about the goalkeeper. What a hero. What a hero. What a hero. David Raya, a guy that people didn't want. You know, he had 32 passes, 3 saves. He saved 2 penalties, and he kept a clean sheet.
You're not sharing screen, by the way. I don't know.
No. I'm just reading it out.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and you know what? The poetic justice that it's the guy who scored the goal also that he stopped from getting that final goal. I love it. I think everyone needs to finally own up and admit that Raya is the better keeper out of him and Ramsdale. Even my wife, who's a Ramsdale fan, said, you know what? I put my hand up. Raya is better.
I said it today. Do you know what? This guy can win the whole fan base over just in this single game. And that's what he did. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely composed. Absolutely sensational from him. There's nothing... Look, the reason why, like, I know I get onto Raya and I'm more of a Ramsdale, that comes from a place of bias, to be completely honest, but you can see what Raya's doing, and I'm not deluded. I always said keep them both. That's what I want. My ideal would be to have them both and for Ramsdale to learn off Raya, but we'll see what happens, man. At the end of the day, never doubt Arteta, never doubt what his decision's going to be. I still think it's, you know, splitting hairs between the two, but you can see why Raya gets chosen over Ramsdale, especially in these situations, high-pressure situations, because he doesn't lose his head. He's cool, he's composed. You know, he doesn't care about what the situation is. So, you know, credit to him, massive credit to him, because when have we ever won a penalty shootout this comfortably? Like, and that's credit to him, because he did make the saves. He did keep it. It wasn't players missed. It was him making. And by the way, he could have had a third save where he fingertips away from a save.
Yo, sorry. I'm ill, so it's like I appreciate you jumping on, bro. Can we just talk about some other talking points quickly? I want to talk about when Odegaard was denied. Did you think this was the right decision? Where is it? I swear they got rid of it. By the way, did you see the referee look like Trossard? That was funny.
That's his dad, bro. That's his dad, I'm telling you.
That was literally. And Trossard, big up to Trossard for stepping up. I didn't know why we started him. I really questioned why.
Look, I know he scored, but I still don't think this is the game for him to start. But it is what it is.
You know what? He stepped up. That's all we can really ask.
That's all. Yeah, I don't want to say much. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of other players who people could say, you know what? Where were they? What happened with them? But I can't really find any image of the situation with the penalty.
I've seen it anyway. So yeah, it's the Pepe. Like Havertz was. holding on to Pepe's
Havertz
foot.
basically pulled Pepe down. Do you think Havertz really pulled Pepe down? Like,
It
I'm
was a
looking.
foul. Like, if I'm being absolutely honest, it is a foul.
Yeah,
It's a
it is.
disallowed goal. I've not got any like. It's one of those ones where if they gave it, I get it. If they didn't give it, I kind of understand it as well. So it is a foul, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I found I found a video, but I can't get an actual image. I can only get oh shit.
Do you know what it is? What I found is Havertz was taking the dark arts against him. He was doing what Porto were doing to us in the first leg.
Yeah, I can't even find it. I can't even find it. Surely beating third place team in Portugal on penalties is unsustainable. You're in the Champions League group stages. There's no such thing as sustainable or unsustainable. It's just getting through. As a Liverpool fan, you should know that. It's not compared.
Even Real Madrid have scraped past. Like City's scraped, like not City, sorry, like Bayern Munich with the skin of their teeth got past as well. So
what are we really talking about here?
Like, come on, man, let's not do this.
Like, are we serious? Are you serious, bro? Is he serious?
I
is he
think
trolling?
he's taking a dig at you because you've called out Liverpool for not being or something.
You know what?
I don't know.
But then technically, isn't he screwing himself over because then he's proving me right by saying that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because I do remember, like he said this before. I think Ryan said it before. Like, you've called them out for being unsustainable because of their injuries or something like that, or scraping past certain teams.
Okay. By the way, another stat that people don't know: teams that have reached the Champions League final after knocking out Porto. 2016-17 Juventus, 2017-18 Liverpool, 2018-19 Liverpool, 2020-21 Chelsea, 2022-2023 Inter. Could it be another year where somebody
we make the final, we win
Porto?
the Champions League? That's what I've said, and I'll stick to it.
What?
If we get to the final, we win the Champions League. No one's beating us at Wembley. There is no team in the world that beats us in Wembley.
Don't get me gassed, bro. Come on. If we play Real Madrid on a one,
I'm not saying we will. By the way, before anyone gets on, I'm saying if we make the final. I'm not saying we will make the final. Just
come on. Even if we get to a final,
no,
we got a long way to go before then.
No team at Wembley beating us. I don't care. There's no team at Wembley beating us.
Even if we get to a final, bro, come on. Real Madrid on a one-off game.
I don't care. Tell Real Madrid to combine with Man City, to combine with Bayern Munich. I don't care. We'll still beat them. Wembley is different. A final at Wembley, we beat anyone.
Yo, do you know it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times we've been knocked out in the round of 16. This is the first time we've been through. 9 times. Arsenal, out of our last 11 ties, we've only gone through twice. And the other time that we went through was in 2019,
what
2010.
are the teams who have gone through? I'm not even sure who we can potentially face. I know Bayern are through. I know Real Madrid are through. Man City are through.
Bro, I've just been so busy with us. I haven't even thought about the other teams.
I'm just curious. I'm not even saying like to focus on that, but like I'm just okay. So Real Madrid went through. City gone through. PSG.
Let's see who went through and who we could potentially draw. Because can we draw English sides now?
Yes, I think it's all open now. I think you can face anyone.
There is Atletico and Inter.
We also find out who we play in the semi-finals.
Atletico and Inter still play each other. Dortmund, PSV still have to go decide that match. Barcelona ended up destroying Napoli today. Arsenal, we won on penalties. Man City beat Copenhagen. Real Madrid beat RB Leipzig. PSG beat Real Sociedad. And Bayern came back to beat Lazio.
Do you know what? Yeah, this is it. There is no I say obviously I want Bayern Munich, but like I'm not saying they're easy, but there is no easy game unless somehow PSV go through. That's the only.
To be honest, bro, I like my chances versus PSG. I think Man City would be Man City and Real Madrid and Inter would be the 3 toughest teams. If we play Dortmund, Barcelona, or PSG or Bayern, I think they're even level of quality. Those 4 teams. Maybe if you say Inter and Dortmund are just and Barca are a level below Bayern, but I think PSG, Barca, Inter, Dortmund, Bayern, Atletico Madrid, they all have that Champions League experience, but they're all around the same level. I just say it's tier 1 Man City, Real Madrid, tier 2 is everybody else.
And I hear you, but like I said, like even a Bayern Munich isn't going to be as much as I want them and I want to smack them, but they're not going to be an easy game. PSG on their day, they've got Mbappe. That's it really. So
that was not a performance for the ages. That was a performance you want to forget.
Nah, do you know what? Tactically, I love the game. Like for a person who likes their tactics, I love the game. But when it comes to like a actual game, it was crap.
Can you even do proper player ratings for this game? Because I give
I didn't
Raya
watch
a
it,
9.
I don't know. Like
I give Raya a
don't know
9, man of the match.
I'll take your opinion on it, or I'll give my
Raya
rating
man of
for
the
what I
match.
think.
Ben White, I'll give him a solid 8. I'll give him a
You know
solid
what, the
7.
crosses were bad today, though. He was a bit
I'll give him
poor
a
in here.
7.
Yeah.
Saliba had a poor game. I'll give him a 6.5. Gabriel Magalhaes, I thought he had a good game. I'll give him a 7.5. Cavior had a really good game. I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, I've seen a few things. He was sick.
Jorginho, not so good. I'll give him a 7. Declan Rice, typical Declan Rice. I'll give him a 7.5. Martin Odegaard, amazing performance. I'm going to slap him with a 9 also. Bukayo Saka, really poor. I'm going to give him a 5. I thought Bukayo Saka could have been really better today. He was quite poor. Leandro Trossard got the goal, but outside of that, didn't really do much. I'm going to give him 7.5. Kai Havertz was actually everywhere. He was everywhere. He was so integral to everything we did. Led the press, got every knockdown. I thought he was on point. I'll give him an 8. Gabriel Jesus, when he came on, he was good, but nothing special. So I'm going to give him a 7. Zinchenko was extremely poor when he came on, sloppy with his passes, continuously made mistakes. I did not rate him, but you know what? I don't think he was on long enough.
I am curious to why Partey didn't come on.
Partey, it wasn't a game where we needed another midfielder. It was a game where we needed more attackers.
Yeah, fair.
Zinchenko, I'm going to give him a 5. I thought Zinchenko was poor. Eddie Nketiah and Zinchenko really didn't have enough time to do any impact in the game, so I'm going to give them both 5s. And Arteta, out of 10, I'm going to give Arteta a 7. I thought he was quite poor with his substitutions, and I thought he didn't do enough to impact the game to try to get us to win. But you know what? We did still win on the end of the day. But if we would have lost, it would have heavily been on him, because I felt like he waited so long to make that Jorginho substitution. We could have done for that
Jorginho for Jesus. Yeah,
earlier.
that was late.
Yeah. Did you see what I was rating though?
Oh no, you didn't put it on the screen.
Oh, forget it then. It is what it is. I spoke about it. Kai Havertz was terrible. What? Kai Havertz did nothing. What? No, it's the same person. Yeah, you see, some people saying Kai Havertz played well. Let me know, guys. What did you think about Kai Havertz's performance? I thought Kai Havertz played well today. I thought the team overall played well. But yeah, Sulz, I think that's pretty much it. We touched on everything that we need to talk about. Who would you like to play in the next round?
I mean, to be fair, I want revenge. I know that's not how I should choose teams, but I kind of want to. I'd say number 1, I want Bayern Munich. Number 2, I want Barcelona, and then I don't care, to be honest. After that, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Because I mean, even a Dortmund, I know people are gonna say, yeah, Dortmund are weaker. Like a PSG Dortmund, I don't like. Oh, sorry, PSV, or like I don't want Inter or Atletico because they can be just as bad as Porto, and I want someone a bit more like wanting to play against us. But yeah, you know what? Just give me Bayern Munich, man. That's what I want. And you know what's gonna happen? You know it's written in the stars. We're gonna get a Bayern or a Barca.
You know what? We just need to speak about one last thing: the sheer arrogance from some of these Porto people. Did you see these quotes?
Yeah, to be honest,
We
I
have
didn't
2
really
Champions League
care.
trophies. Arsenal, what do Arsenal have? We go to them confident we will qualify. Then you have this guy saying, Arsenal want to play, we want to win.
I don't mind what like the manager said. I don't mind what he said too much because I get it. But for me, it was the Porto fans before the game. I don't know how real it is or if it was Photoshop, but they put the Porto scarves and everything like that on Arsene Wenger. I was like, nah, that's it. That's where you draw the line. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, I seen this. I seen this. These guys, man. These guys were having too much fun. They're having too much fun before the tie. Having way too
Yeah,
much
I was
fun.
like, nah, that's where I draw the line, and I'm like, nah, you man deserve to go home crying.
Yeah, these guys definitely deserve to go home crying. And all those people in all those Chelsea fans, Tottenham fans, rival fans who were hoping we would get knocked out, cry me a goddamn river. You heard me? Cry me a goddamn river. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So once again, love for watching, guys. That was a quick little match reaction. I think we covered everything we need to cover. And you know what? Make sure you do slap a like on the goddamn video on your way out. Make sure you do. And if you haven't already followed Egal Talks Football, please do. And if you guys haven't downloaded SofaScore, check out the link in the description and download SofaScore. It helps out the channel sponsor for today. And I'm going to be having a surgery on Thursday. So if everything goes well, hopefully I'll be back Thursday night. I'll contact you guys then. Love for the love. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace, Gunner Souls. I appreciate you jumping on so late at night too. Have yourselves a wonderful day, guys. We're out of here. Peace.